know that feeling, right? When your phone buzzes and you see her name. After weeks or even months of silence, she's back. And there's that pull, that almost magnetic urge to respond, to just fall back into those same old patterns.
Yeah.
But we're going to cut that off right here. Right now, we're diving deep into what happens when she reaches out and how to handle it with strength, not wishful thinking.
Exactly. This isn't about playing games or trying to manipulate her.
It's about taking control. Welcome to the deep dive.
And if you guys are finding this helpful, hit that subscribe button. It really helps us out.
Absolutely. So look, what we're tackling today is serious stuff. We're going to unpack the whole she reaches out scenario, whether you're thinking about breaking the silence yourself or she's already made the first move.
Right.
We're going to give you straight up strategies for staying grounded, for not getting sucked back in.
And it all starts with a solid understanding of the no contact rule.
And why those post-breakup fantasies, man, they're a dead end.
Seriously, they are.
Our focus here is on you, your strength, your well-being, period.
Yeah, and a huge part of that is understanding her game. I mean, really understanding it. When she comes back around, you've got to look at it without all the emotion, right? What's her real motivation? Is this genuine? Or is she testing the waters, seeing if you're still stuck on her?
Maybe trying to ease her own guilt.
Could be. Or just looking for a little attention. It happens.
It does, and that's the key takeaway here.
Yeah.
Whatever her reasons are, your response, it's got to be about one thing, protecting yourself and moving forward.
Couldn't agree more.
So let's break this down. Let's get tactical here.
Mm.
What exactly are we talking about when we say no contact?
No contact is exactly what it sounds like. No contact. Zero communication. No texts, no calls, no sneaking peeks at her social media, no likes, no comments, no DMs.
So that means none of that accidental bumping into her stuff either, right?
Right.
The ones you secretly orchestrate.
Right. It's a clean break, a total shutdown of the connection. We're talking radio silence.
Now, some guys think no contact is some kind of, mind game, some way to manipulate her into coming back.
Yeah, you hear that a lot, but it's so off base. If you go into no contact thinking it's about making her miss you or winning the breakup somehow, you're already losing. You're operating from a place of weakness, letting her dictate your actions.
You're still reacting to her, not acting for yourself.
Exactly.
So what's the real point of no contact then, if it's not about her?
The real point is it's about you. It's an opportunity to step back, take a breath, and detox emotionally, to refocus your energy on yourself, to regain control of your thoughts and your feelings.
Okay, so it's about getting yourself right.
Absolutely. It's about putting yourself first, making your healing the priority.
Now, what about closure? A lot of guys think they need to reach out to have that final conversation to get closure.
That's a huge misconception. Closure isn't something she gives you. You got to find that within yourself.
You have to create it.
Yeah. No contact gives you that much-needed quiet, that space for that internal process to really take hold. Think of it this way. Closure isn't like a one-time event. It's a gradual process. It's a journey.
It's more like acceptance than a finish line.
I like that. Acceptance. And it takes time.
It does. So no contact isn't about manipulating her. It's not about getting closure from her. It's about you getting yourself right.
It is. It's about giving yourself the space to really grieve the loss of the relationship, process all those emotions, and start rebuilding your life independently.
It's like putting stitches on a wound. You got to let it heal, man. You can't keep picking at it.
Perfect analogy. You got to give it time to mend.
Okay, so that all makes sense in theory. But how do you actually make no contact happen? Like practically, what do you do?
It's all about commitment, making a deliberate effort to create distance between you and her. Total distance. And that means more than just not calling her.
So what, like delete her number?
Delete it. Don't archive it. Don't just hide it. Erase it completely. Block her on all social media. No more checking her profiles. No accidentally tapping on her stories. Every time you do that, you're reopening the wound.
Keeping that connection alive.
Yeah. Total no contact means cutting off that access completely. Cold turkey.
Okay, so no number, no social media. What else?
Get rid of the physical reminders, too. Photos, gifts, anything that brings back those memories. Things that could trigger you, like old photos or playlists you used to share.
Yeah, the stuff that can really hit you in the gut, you know where.
Exactly. And avoid places where you might run into her. Think about where she hangs out, where you used to go together.
Change up your routine.
Exactly. And if you have to, create some distance for mutual friends, too.
That sounds kind of harsh. Cutting off mutual friends.
It's not about being mean. It's about protecting yourself. Look, sometimes those friends, even unintentionally, they can be a source of information about her. And that can keep you stuck.
Yeah, it's like they're bringing her back into your life without even meaning to.
Right. No, contact isn't about punishing anyone. It's about creating an environment where you can heal. Every little bit of contact, even indirectly, it can slow down that process. It gives her influence over your emotions when you're trying to break free.
Think of it like an emotional detox.
Yeah, you're giving your mind and heart a break from all the stimulation and reminders of the relationship. Just like a physical detox, it might feel kind of rough in the beginning, but it's allowing your system to reset.
So we're talking about breaking a habit, really, a dependency.
In a lot of ways, yeah. When you're in a relationship, especially a close one, your brain gets used to having that person around. It starts to release dopamine, that feel-good chemical, whenever you interact with her, when you're around her, even when you're just thinking about her.
Oh, it's chemical. It's not just in my head.
Exactly. It's a neurological response. And it's really similar to addiction.
So no contact is like going cold turkey.
It's the best way to break that dependency. By cutting off all contact, all those triggers associated with her, you force your brain to rewire itself, to find those dopamine hits somewhere else.
From other parts of your life, friends, work, hobbies.
Right. Stuff that's actually good for you.
So what about those times when you feel that urge to reach out? That anxiety, the restlessness, that almost physical discomfort? Is that the withdrawal kicking in?
Yeah, that's it. Those initial withdrawal symptoms, they're signs that your brain is detoxing. It's not a sign that you need to give in. It's a sign that you're making progress, even if it feels crappy in the moment.
A lot of guys try to stay friends with their exes. Why is that a bad idea? Especially when you're trying to get over her.
The urge to stay connected in some way, to stay friends or at least keep things civil, it's natural. But for someone trying to heal, it's like a recovering addict, keeping their drug of choice around, the temptation, the triggers, they're just always there.
Because your brain is still wired to connect with her.
Exactly. Your brain associates her with all those good feelings, those dopamine hits. So post-breakup contact, even if it seems casual, harmless, it becomes a form of chemical withdrawal, not genuine friendship. You're chasing that familiar high, even if it ultimately hurts you more.
Yeah, you get a little hit, but then the crash is even worse.
It is.
So what happens to your brain if you try to stay connected? If you don't go no contact?
You're basically keeping your brain in a state of unease, of longing, because it's lost its regular supply of those relationship chemicals. And that can mess with you big time. Sleep problems, changes in appetite, anxiety goes through the roof. You just feel off.
Yeah, like your whole system is out of whack. So those thoughts that pop up, I should check in on her, or maybe we can still be friends.
That's the dependency talking, man. Your brain is looking for ways to get its next fix, even a small one. The idea that you can be just friends or that staying in touch will bring closure, it's usually a lie we tell ourselves, a way to avoid the hard work of actually moving on.
Because you're preventing real healing.
Exactly.
So you can't heal if you're still getting those little doses of her, those little hits.
You need a clean break. The brain needs that total separation to start rewiring itself, to disconnect her from those reward pathways. Any kind of contact, it keeps those pathways active, keeps you stuck.
It's like you're hitting the reset button, but you're keeping your finger on it.
Yeah, you gotta let go completely.
Now, you talked about this as a love addiction. That sounds pretty serious.
It is serious, and recovering from it, from that love addiction, it takes a full commitment to my tact. No contact. There's no half-assing it, no compromises.
No cheating.
Right. It's like trying to get sober, but you keep having one drink a day. You're not really addressing the underlying issue.
So even something as simple as a text, that can screw things up.
Even a quick, hey, how are you, can restart the whole healing process. It re-engages those neural pathways, brings those cravings back to the surface. It can set you back weeks.
So what's the ultimate goal of cutting her off completely? Like, what are we aiming for here?
The end game is to get her out of your head. When you're constantly in contact, even just passively watching her life on social media, she's still taking up space in your thoughts. No contact puts a stop to that.
It stops those mental replays, the overthinking, the what-ifs.
Exactly, and that creates space. Mental and emotional space for you to heal.
And when you have that space, you can start to see things more clearly.
Yeah. You can look back at the relationship without all that fog of emotion and longing. See it for what it really was, the good and the bad.
So how do you know when no contact is working? What are some signs that you're actually moving on?
There are a few key things to look out for. First, you won't be as obsessed with her social media. That urge to check up on her, it'll start to fade. And even when you do see something about her, it won't hit you the same way.
The sting is gone.
Exactly. And your emotions overall, they'll become more stable, less reactive.
You're not on that roller coaster anymore.
Exactly. And you'll start to reconnect with yourself. Those interests, passions, all the things that maybe got pushed aside during the relationship, they'll start to come back.
You rediscover who you are outside of her.
Exactly. And your physical well-being should improve too. You might find you're sleeping better, your appetite is back to normal, you're just less anxious overall.
Your body's calming down.
Right. And maybe most importantly, you'll start to see the relationship in a more realistic light. You'll be able to recognize the good parts and the bad parts without all that intense emotion clouding your judgment.
You can be more objective.
Right.
Now let's talk about those special dates, the ones that always seem to trip guys up. Birthdays, anniversaries, holidays. What's the play there? How do you navigate those without breaking no contact?
Man, those dates are loaded. They bring up all kinds of memories, emotions. They can really make you want to reach out to get back to the way things were. But you got to be careful. You got to confront what we call the magic date fantasy. It's that belief that these occasions will magically change her feelings or erase the reasons why you broke up.
Suddenly everything's going to be different because it's her birthday or Valentine's Day.
Yeah, like some switch is going to flip. But it doesn't work that way. The breakup happened for a reason.
Right, and that reason doesn't disappear just because it's a holiday?
Exactly. No contact has to be a year-round commitment. No exceptions. Not even for special occasions.
No holidays first shot. No contact.
Right. Reaching out on those days, it's usually about you, your needs, not hers. You're feeling vulnerable, you want validation, you're missing what you had. But it's not about genuine care for her.
It's about you filling a void.
Yeah.
What if you think she's expecting you to reach out? Like maybe she's waiting for your call on her birthday or something.
Let go of that idea, man. She's moved on. She's not sitting around waiting for you to reach out. Projecting your own feelings and expectations onto her, that's a recipe for disaster.
So how do you handle her birthday without breaking no contact? It's gotta be tough seeing it come up on the calendar.
You gotta have a plan. First, take it off your calendar. Out of sight, out of mind. You don't need that reminder staring you in the face. Schedule something for yourself that day, something you'll enjoy, something that will keep you busy and your mind occupied. Limit your social media time, too. You don't need to see everyone posting about her birthday. And look, if you're really worried about reaching out, give your phone to a friend for the day.
Really commit.
Yeah, it's about removing the temptation.
Okay, now flip the script. What if she reaches out to you on your birthday? That can really mess with your head.
Look, if she contacts you on your birthday, remember one thing. It doesn't mean she wants to get back together.
It's not an automatic reconciliation.
Right. Keep your response short, neutral. A simple thanks is enough. Don't get sucked into a conversation. Don't take the bait if she tries to keep it going. It doesn't change the fact that you're broken up.
Okay, so stay detached.
Exactly.
Now, the holidays, those can be brutal. Any tips for getting through those without reaching out or getting sucked back in?
The holidays are tough. They're full of triggers, memories. It's important to plan ahead. Make plans with friends, with family, people who support you. Surround yourself with that positive energy and create new traditions for yourself. Start fresh.
Yeah, making your own thing.
Right. And be extra careful on social media. Exes have a way of popping up around the holidays, sending those just checking in texts.
Which are usually BS.
A lot of the time, yeah. They're often just testing the waters, seeing where you're at emotionally.
So those holidays, those special dates, they're really opportunities to show your strength.
They are. They're chances to prove to yourself that you're committed to healing, to moving forward. And sticking to no contact, it reinforces your self-respect. It shows that you're in control.
So let's talk about the moment she actually reaches out. What's the number one rule?
Here's the rule. If there's no question, there's no answer.
What do you mean?
I mean, if she sends you a random "I miss you" text or a "thinking of you," that's not a question, it's a statement. And it's usually a test. She's seeing if you're still emotionally available.
So you don't owe her a response?
Nope. Silence is golden in that situation. It's powerful. You're showing her that you're not playing her games.
You're not reacting.
Exactly.
So those kinds of messages, they're just feelers.
They are. They're designed to get a reaction out of you. To see if you're still invested.
Yeah.
Don't give her that satisfaction.
Resist the urge.
Exactly.
Now, what about an "I'm sorry" message? That feels a little more serious.
An "I'm sorry for everything" message might seem more meaningful, but you got to be careful, man. It could be genuine, but it could also be her own guilt talking. It doesn't necessarily mean she wants to get back together or that she's ready to put in the work to fix things.
So it's not a guarantee.
Not at all.
What about those texts that aren't really asking anything? Like it's just random statements.
Those are tricky. If she's texting you about the weather or something equally meaningless, it's probably just a way to get your attention. She wants to see if you'll respond.
So what's the play there?
Ignore it. Don't respond. Don't engage.
Okay, so silence for those.
Right.
What if she asks a direct question? Like something you actually have to answer?
If she asks a real question, keep it short, keep it neutral. One-word answers are your friend here.
Like, okay.
Exactly. Fine. Good. Don't get drawn into a long conversation. Don't show any emotion.
Don't give her anything to work with.
Right. Don't ask any follow-up questions. Don't express any curiosity. Just shut it down.
Now, there's one message that really seems to throw guys off. The "can we talk" text. That feels like a big deal.
It is. When you get that "can we talk" text, it's usually a power play. She's testing the water, seeing if she can still get to you emotionally. The best response is to throw it right back at her.
How do you do that?
Ask her about what?
Yeah.
Make her be specific. Force her to reveal her intentions. And if it's not about wanting to get back together, if it's not about wanting to fix things, then it's irrelevant to your healing. It's just noise.
It's a distraction.
Exactly.
What if she tries to manipulate you after that? Guilt trips you or tries to make you feel bad?
Oh, she'll try. Be ready for the guilt trips, the vague statements designed to make you curious, to make you want to chase her. Don't fall for it. Her trying to make you feel guilty, that's her trying to regain control of the situation. Don't give it to her.
You're the one in control.
Right.
So when she reaches out, what are the steps? What do you do?
First thing, pause. Breathe. Don't react immediately. Think about the message. How's it making you feel? Your priority is your healing. If that text is triggering you, if it's bringing up a lot of anxiety, if it's stirring up a bunch of emotions, it's best to stick to no contact. Don't reply at all.
Just let it go.
Right. Now, if you decide to respond, and this is only for direct questions, keep it neutral. Short, cold, no emotion. Don't leave any openings for further conversation.
Don't give her a reason to keep texting.
Exactly. And don't overthink her reasons. Don't waste your energy trying to figure out what she's thinking or what she wants. Her motives are less important than your well-being.
Your peace of mind.
Exactly.
Because at the end of the day,
her text doesn't change the fact that the relationship is over.
it's history.
Yeah. And your peace of mind, your healing, that's what really matters.
We've talked a lot about the post-breakup stuff, but let's zoom out for a second. What's the danger of living in a fantasy world when it comes to relationships in general?
Man, holding on to those unrealistic expectations, those fairy tale ideas about love and relationships, it can really sabotage your chances of finding real love, real connection.
Because you're chasing something that doesn't exist.
Exactly. You're looking for that perfect partner, and guess what? They don't exist, and you end up disappointed over and over because real people, they have flaws.
It's like you're setting yourself up for failure.
You are. And the whole happily ever after thing,
It's a myth.
it is. The happily ever after that you see in movies, in books, it ignores the fact that real relationships, the ones that last, they take work.
Constant work.
Yeah, they take effort, communication, compromise. You got to work through problems together, and you got to be willing to accept each other's flaws.
It's not just sunshine and rainbows.
Nope. Real love isn't passive.
Right.
It's not something that just happens to you.
So it's more about what you do than how you feel.
It's about both. But the doing part, that's crucial. Real love is a choice. It's a daily choice to show up, to communicate, to set healthy boundaries, to be there for each other, even when it's hard. It's a commitment.
Not just a feeling.
Right.
And what's the cost of living in that fantasy world?
Yeah.
What do you lose?
You lose a lot, man. You miss out on real connections, genuine relationships with people who might not be perfect, but they're good for you, they're right for you, and it creates anxiety because reality will always fall short of those impossible expectations.
And it keeps you from growing.
It does. It stunts your growth. It prevents you from learning how to deal with the challenges that make relationships stronger.
It challenges that help you mature.
Exactly.
So how does this all connect back to the fantasy of getting back together with your ex?
After a breakup, it's easy to get stuck in that fantasy, that unrealistic hope that you'll get back together and everything will be perfect this time.
Like you're going to rewrite the past?
Yeah. And it's usually fueled by selective memory. You remember the good times, the good feelings, but you block out all the reasons why it ended in the first place.
And you're feeling vulnerable, you're lonely. You want that comfort, that familiarity back.
Exactly. But it's a trap.
So when she reaches out, when her name pops up on your phone, your real power is in.
Your real power lies in staying grounded, in reality, not in getting carried away by those wishful thoughts, those what ifs. You got to remember why the relationship ended.
You got to be honest with yourself.
And you got to understand her motives. Recognize that she might not be reaching out for the reasons you want her to be. And most importantly, you got to keep prioritizing your own healing. Stick to no contact.
Put yourself first.
This time after the breakup, especially when she makes contact, it's about reclaiming your strength. It's about building a future for yourself on your own terms without her. Free from needing her. Free from those unrealistic expectations.
So for everyone listening out there, think about this. What does a truly powerful response look like when she reaches out? Or even when she doesn't? Is it about clinging to the past, or is it about respecting yourself enough to take that next step forward on your own?
That's where the real control is.
Absolutely.
And if you guys got something out of this deep dive, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss the next one. We've got a lot more to explore.
We do. And remember, your strength comes from your reality, not your fantasies. We'll catch you next time on The Deep Dive. Don't forget to subscribe.
See you next time.